All righty. Can everyone hear me? Am I loud and clear?
Yes.
Awesome. Let me see if I can share my screen. Oh, I mean, it's sharing right now, right?
Yes.
All righty, let's see if I can play this one. Here it is. Okay. Do we all see my screen?
I can see.
Yes.
Alrighty, perfect. Let me see if I can, how do I turn on my camera? Okay, hold on. Hold me on one sec, because I can see my camera. Great. And then, alrighty, we made it. Halfway there. Perfect. Well, thank you so much for everyone to join. Let me just close my door so we don't have the sound coming back and forward. There you go, I'm back. Okay, thank you so much for all who joined. We have Anila and Rich on the call. I see them. We are not gonna have Navy today. He has another thing to attend, so he won't be able to join us this time. I know we promised this was gonna be our first in-person meeting, but due to the recent change on mask indoor, mask outdoor, how many people can they be together, we decided that it was the best we not risk it, and we keep it as an online thing for now. Hopefully in the future, sooner as we expect, we'll be able to see each other again here at the office. We'll be able to have bagels or lunch if it's the case. So we'll welcome everyone. I hope everyone had a great summer. We skipped last month because we knew you guys were gonna be on vacation, having fun. So this is our first meeting after our summer break. Anila, is anything you want to say? I can hear you. No, I can hear you.
Hi, everyone. Just want to say hi, and David won't be here today. Unfortunately, he had to attend a memorial, so we're really gonna miss him. We can't, make it lively like he does, but we'll try our best. Rich, maybe you can help here.
Oh yeah, I'm here for the comic relief.
So, but yeah, Maho can start off with the birthdays, I guess. And
Yeah,
we can
so let's begin. So happy birthday to everyone whose birthday is in August, like me. It's a great month to be born into. We have a bunch of people, so I'm not gonna go through all of the names. But if you are in the call and you see your name up there, happy birthday. And then I hope everyone had a awesome birthday, the ones that already passed and the ones that are coming up. I hope you guys enjoyed time with your family, with your friends, and had a great month. I'm just gonna go to the next one. Same as our anniversaries. We have a lot of first years. If any of the first years is here and want to say something, you guys are more than welcome. We have a few of 11 years, which is a lot. A lot. That's a lot of years. And then so thank you so much, you guys, for staying here with us and bearing with us. We know we have come from a small broker to the transition to Realty One to now we are here having Anila, me, and Leila and Rich on the team. So it's been a lot through this last couple of years. So we're really happy that you guys stick through. And yeah, no, well, congrats on your anniversary. And I hope everyone gets a little bit of relief on having accomplished another year in the real estate market, as crazy as it is right now. Ready. Perfect. We have 2 new agents. Susan came back. She left us for a little bit I think she was in a different business and she came back, something like that. I might be wrong. And then we have Anne, who is one of our brand new agents, and she's being mentored by Ken Powell. I think some of you might be familiar with Anne's face. She used to be in the lending business. Am I wrong, Anila?
No, she used to work with Home Guard.
Home guard, I am 100% wrong. Yes, but she used to be around and then she used to come to the office every so often. So if you guys are familiar with her face, well, she's now a realtor and now she's going to be learning more about this business. Uh-oh, it didn't work out. Hi. Okay, Anila, this is you. I don't know what this is.
So I've had some questions about the new RPA. We don't exactly know the exact date. I don't know, Rich, if you can chip in here, but we don't know the exact dates that it's going to be out yet. And a few of you have asked if there's going to be any training. There will be training on it for sure. We're just waiting for, because sometimes even though there's versions out there, I think it's still being modified. So we're going to wait for the final version and then we will have some sort of training on it. CAR also has a training. I believe if you're which most of you guys are probably members, I think it's $75. And I believe they had it today. So, but they'll probably be having like follow-up classes to be trained on the new RPA. So, but we will definitely have something at the office as well for you guys. Rich, do you want to add anything about the new RPA? Have you had a chance to look at it?
I want to add nothing. I know about as much about it as you do. I just know that the local boards and CAR will have training on it.
Okay, I've seen a couple of different versions out there, so I don't know which one's the exact right one. It doesn't pull up in the CAR forms right now for me anyways. I don't know if it's showing up for anyone else, but when I try to look it up online, I see a couple of different versions. It does look different, like especially the first page, but I think in a good way, it's going to be easier for people to fill out and stuff. So, but in terms of, I'm excited to see, are they changing anything in terms of contingency periods, because there's this like new trend now. Is there going to be different verbiage regarding contingencies and things like that? That I'm yet to find out.
Alrighty. Well, as soon as we get more info about it, I'm pretty sure Anila and Rich will jump into it and we'll make probably a class here at the office, or we'll share the training if we get them. So we'll keep you guys posted about it. Let's see.
Right now they're saying January 2022, so we still have some time.
Okay, well, we have, and as we did with last time, remember, I don't know if you guys remember when we have that the sexual harassment courses that we all had to take, or you guys had to take actually. We will do the same. We'll send email reminders, and we'll make sure everyone is updated into the requirements the associations are asking now. Alrighty. David really wanted us to share this with you guys. I don't know if you've seen or check our social media, which you all should check our social media, follow us on Instagram and Facebook, and we are going international. The next 2 steps in our field trip into the world are Costa Rica and Spain. We already announced, I think it was somewhere Shanghai, something like that. That is an upcoming thing that is coming like into our boards. But for now, Costa Rica and Spain are actually approved and they are happening. So if you guys are have any ideas on I don't know, maybe businesses in the different countries, please talk to David about it. He will be more than happy to guide you guys through the process.
And then also it's good for marketing as well, just to, when you're doing a listing presentation or even working with buyers, just to say, hey, we're internationally recognized company now. We're not all over America, but also in other countries. So it kind of makes it sound like a better company.
More reliable, for sure. And then this is the other one. As I say at the beginning, COVID restrictions might be implemented once again. We don't know where we're standing right now in terms of like tiers or whatever we used to have. As far as I know, and as far as other businesses have posted, I think indoor masks are required once more, even for vaccinated people. And so, which is the reason why we didn't host it here at the office, because we weren't sure exactly what were the restrictions. So we'll keep you guys posted once we know more, once the associations or like the counties actually bring more information about it and what is the status or the specific restrictions that we have to follow, and we will keep you guys posted.
Right. And right now it is looking likely that open houses may be banned once again. So if you are planning on listing a property and you can do it sooner and you'd really like to hold an open house, definitely I think that might be something that might be changing once again. We don't know how long for. It may not, but from what we're hearing, I think they might ban open houses again.
It was the PEADs, the PEDs that were killing me. Oh my
Yeah.
God. So no, and I haven't heard whether they're intending to bring that back either.
Right. Maybe I think they might just require like, yeah, they'll require something just because otherwise there's no point of it. But yeah, I know like a lot of our agents are doing open houses because we're almost out of all our open house signs that we lend out. So I know our agents do like to hold open houses. There's a couple of agents who've said, no, I prefer not to, and people can just make appointments, it's easier. I think nothing will be ever back to normal. I think people will still use Calendly. There's a few agents who prefer to be called, but I think gone are the days where people are calling the listing agent or to make each appointment. I think everyone's still going to be using Calendly and showing time and whatnot, but open houses may be banned possibly.
Yeah, so like as I say, we'll keep you guys posted on what is the status on everything. And so for now, we just have to make sure the only restriction that I do know, I don't know about Alameda County, but for sure Contra Costa County indoor masks are required even for vaccinating people. So if someone is in the Alameda County and knows the actual rule there, please let us know. Now, top producers. Well, we have a lot of transactions this month, and we also have a lot of top producers. I want to give a big congratulations to Abril, who had, was it 5 or 6 listings, Anila?
I think it was 5.
So she had a lot of listings, and that was right there in the competition.
Sales.
Say that again?
Sales, not listings necessarily.
Yeah, sales. Yes, that's true.
Mm.
And then because on sales,
She had 5 in July.
5 sales, and then when it comes to listings, we have a tie between the two top listers. Dow and Abril had the same amount of actual listings this month. So I'm just gonna go through. Congratulations to everyone. If you guys are here in the call, please unlock yourself, shout out, move your arms, whatever you think is the appropriate. Here you go. I have a few of the newer agents that are getting to either the top producers or the gold club. So we are for sure planning to recognize you guys and give you a shout out for all your efforts.
Yeah, and I have to say I'm really proud of some of our new agents, even some that are under the mentorship program. They're doing really well. So it's been a great month at Realty. I mean, January, February were a little quieter, but since March we have been we've broken all-time records basically in terms of number of sales, and so we're really proud of our agents. Even some of our agents who haven't been active for a while are doing sales and coming back into the real estate, taking advantage of this market. So we're really happy for them.
Yeah. Alrighty, and then next thing is we have, well, this is wrong. It's July. I always get the months mixed up. This is July's transactions. I'm gonna change it right now. This is August, but we had over 90 transactions in July. And Anila can give us more details about this because she is the one.
Yeah, and
who
like I just said, like we've had an amazing number of transactions, and we've had, you know, around 80, 90 transactions every month since March. So we're doing really good, and you know, that's about it.
Keep it up.
Yeah, keep it up for sure.
We do have an person who is supposed to join us any second now. I don't see him on my list. Eric, are you here? If you are, please shout out your name. Otherwise, I'm gonna text him right now. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pass to the next one, and then we'll come back to his slide. And okay, let's do this one. Anyone who wants to bring out any announcements, any upcoming listings, any stories about your listings that you guys want to share with us, please do it now. This is the moment while I contact our guest speaker. Come on, don't be shy. Let's talk.
Hello.
Hi, Tish.
Hey, Tish.
You know it's me. I'm under the weather, guys, but I do have excuse me. I have a vacant lot listing in the Clear Lake area. If you have any interested parties, investors, anyone that might be interested in a vacant lot, excuse me. Oh, in a vacant lot, please do reach out. I can provide you more details later, okay?
Okay. Thanks, Tish. Hope you feel better.
Thank you. I'm staying away from everyone.
Anybody else? Anybody has buyer needs? I think we all have buyers who are looking, but if you have any specific areas that, you know, your buyers are looking and you have any upcoming listings, this is the time to share them.
Time to shine.
David is so much better at this. Seriously.
I know.
Hey guys, come on, come on.
I know. I'm gonna start bringing my pom-poms. Well, if you guys don't want to talk, I do have someone who really wants to talk to you guys. He just signed in. I'm gonna give it a second while he gets set up. So we had a conversation with Corp about being able to put your name on the top of the Google search, and then we know dealing with Google search and dealing with pretty much like everything that is like ad related and things like that is not as easy as it seems. So we made contact with this person whose name is Eric, and then he's gonna be letting you guys know everything about it. I don't know, Eric, tell me if you're ready. Once you're ready, I am. Hello there.
Yes, I'm here. I'm here. How is everybody today?
They are real quiet. We don't know why.
That's okay. That's okay. Very nice to meet everybody. I appreciate Maho. I appreciate you having me here today. My name is Eric Brody, and I'm with OMG National. And OMG National is a 31-year-old local marketing technology company based out of Plantation, Florida. We have partnered with Realty One Group as a preferred provider to offer a rollout, concierge service actually for the Google Screen program. And so Google Screened, if you're not familiar, not many people are, rolled out about 6 to 8 months ago, very quietly. And so Google has been testing this program in another vertical, primarily in the home services industry, for about 1.5 years. And so, there's other players in the industry who, were locking people into long-term contracts, were generating leads and selling them to home services providers multiple times over. So for instance, they would generate a lead and sell it to 10 contractors And unfortunately, the quality of the leads were not quite there. So Google got into the game with the home services industry and then rolled out Google Screened for realtors. So same program, but it's focused on the professional services industry. And so, as part of Google's initiative ever since the beginning, their goal has been to give the best search results possible. And so that's why it's the most widely used search engine on the planet. And so to continue this initiative, they put together Google Screened so that they could put the best real estate agents and brokers together with buyers and sellers that are looking to purchase or sell homes. And so I wanted to give you a quick intro today on Google Screened, how you find the listings, what the opportunity looks like, and if you're interested and it makes sense for your business, give you information on how we can help you to get launched and then continue to have you optimized and get good results in that program moving forward. So with that, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and share my screen. I'll just take you into Google. I'll do a quick search in Google, show you exactly what the search results look like, give you the advantages to this program over some of the other programs that are out there. Of course, we all know Zillow, we know Realtor.com. I'm sure many of you have been involved on some level with these programs. And so Google has done its best to put together a program that takes all the best of everything and puts it together into a single program that's very cost effective and really gives agents that are qualified a shot at bat. Okay, so with that, what I'll do, I'll go ahead and share my screen. And let me know if my screen looks okay when I pull this up. I'm using quite a large monitor, so I want to make sure that it looks acceptable on your end. Can everybody see my screen okay? Does it look okay on your end? Good? Good, Maho?
Yeah, we're good.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, so again, what Google is accomplishing here is putting the best agents at the top of Google so that when people are searching for real estate agents, initially, top of funnel, they find the best agents in their given market. And so the searches that would cause this particular search to come up are things like top real estate agent near me, best real estate agents near me, real estate agent, realtor near me, buyer's agent, seller's agent, and a variety of other keywords are going to trigger what we call the Google screen results here at the very top of the page. As the name implies, screened means that they've been vetted and approved, much the same as you might have been vetted with Realty One Group when you came on board. So they're looking at things like a clean background. Felonies are not acceptable with this program. They're looking for, obviously, a real estate license. They're also looking for insurance coverage, whether it's E&O insurance or general liability insurance. Sometimes the broker will cover that. In certain states, the agent will cover that as well. And so as long as those three things are in place, we can get you listed here within the top of Google. Now, the agents that you see here are not here because they're spending the most money. That's very important for everybody to understand that. Google has put together a program where they essentially round robin agents that are qualified for the program that have budget for today into the top spots here. So if you were to go and do the same search on your own, you would probably see different results. If I were to refresh this in 10 minutes, I'm going to see different results. So these agents are literally round robin here all throughout the day until they get their phone call. Once they get their phone call for the day, they'll drop back down and another agent will pop in their place. So they're trying to make it fair for everybody. Now I'm going to go ahead and click into one of these listings just to give you a feel for what the profile looks like. So as you see at the top of the page, we have a phone number. Now, we've been rolling this program out for quite some time. We're one of the largest agencies that administers this program, which is really the reason that Realty One Group has partnered with us. We're one of 6 agencies that is actually giving direct feedback to Google on the evolution. And so in that time and working with lots of real estate agents, we found that the best way to get leads is an incoming phone call. And so you'll notice in this listing that there simply is a click to call. There's no other option. If they want to do business with this agent, they're going to call him directly. And so there's nothing better than someone being able to talk to an agent in real time. There is the ability on this program to set yourself up with text and email, but we found that the response rate, the closing ratio is not going to be quite as good because sometimes you don't respond quick enough. And with people being as impatient as they are, If you don't respond to their text message or their email right away, they're going to move on to another agent. So the call is always the best. And so in this case, they've got this set up beautifully. So they would literally vet you, look at your listing, and then call you directly. So you'd have this person on the phone with you literally minutes after they've done the search. Now, there's some ability here to turn this up and down at will, which is the nice part of the program. So you'll notice here that he's open till 8:00 p.m. 8:00, his listing will not pop to the top of Google. Instead, it'll drop to the bottom. And then it'll turn back on in the morning and he'll start getting calls in the morning. There are some agents that like to work around the clock. They're okay with receiving a paid phone call in the middle of the night. If that's you, that's fine. We can set this up on a 24-hour, 24/7 time so that you would get calls anytime, any day of the week. Could be Christmas, you could even get a call. So let's just keep that in mind. Other flexibility the program gives you is the ability to turn this up and down at will. And that's very, very important for this program. Google looks very heavily at responsiveness. And when I mean responsiveness, I mean, if you're going to be at the top of Google, Google wants you to answer that phone call. And so when there are times where you're busy, you're in closings, you're in showings, or you take a vacation or need to take time off, it gives you the ability to turn this down or turn it off. And that's going to be very important for the success. If that's not done and you get phone calls that aren't answered, Google unfortunately will not put you at the top of Google as often. And so it's very important as part of this program that we understand that. Our team is very well versed at this and gives feedback, guidance, and lets you know the ways that other agents are doing this to make sure they don't miss any phone calls. And so we've got that experience that we can give you, as part of the program. Now, if you scroll down, you'll also notice that this particular agent only offers, he's only a seller's agent, luxury properties and relocations. So in the case that he were to get somebody who would reach out to him and they're a buyer, they want to buy a home, he can simply say, I'm sorry, I'm not a buyer's agent right now. I'm not offering that service. I hope you find someone. Have a nice day. Hang up the phone, go into the back end of the Google tool, click invalid, and he won't pay for that lead. And so that gives you a lot of capabilities to not pay for leads that are not valid. Now, of course, if he does get a seller, they may be looking to sell now, they may be looking to sell 6 months down the road. That doesn't make it an invalid lead if they're not looking to do business right now. But again, he's only selected very few services right now. So he's only going to take leads for sellers, luxury properties, and relocations. Okay. Now, the cost for these leads that come in would be $27 a piece. And the way that Google works is they charge you incrementally, little by little. So if today you were to get a phone call for someone who's looking to buy a home and it turns out to be a valid lead, a few days later, Google would charge your credit card $27. Now, there are no back-end fees, no commissions, nothing like that. So literally you're paying $27 for this incoming call, and that's it. The other services that are offered here, let me show you here, excuse me, that you can select are these. If you can see that, okay. Buyers and sellers agents, first-time home buyer, foreclosed properties, luxury properties, new construction, property management, relocations, rentals, and other. I suggest you don't use other because it's too gray of an area. It's very hard to mark a lead invalid if you have other as a service. And so I would not suggest you use other. Just some guidance there. Now, this is the list of all the agents who want to appear in San Ramon. So if somebody is in San Ramon or searches for an agent in San Ramon, these agents are specifically requested to show up here. Now, the key difference between this and Zillow is that with Zillow, you're paying for every zip that you show up in. In this program, you don't pay for zips at all. So you literally can mark yourself as an agent in many areas as long as you want to work those areas, and you'll only pay for the valid calls that you get. Having the ability to set a budget is going to allow you to know exactly what your expenses are going to be on a monthly basis with this program. And so you can literally say, I want 3 leads a week, I want 5 leads a week, or I want 10 leads a week. If you've got yourself spread out amongst all different cities in and around San Ramon, you could get a call from Danville, San Ramon, and any other areas until they fulfill your order for that week. Okay, so it's wise to spread yourself out if you're willing to earn business in those areas. Again, there is no cost for additional locations. As part of the onboarding process, we will set that up for you based on an onboarding document that you would fill out. So you'll let us know exactly what areas you want to be found, and then we will set you up to be found in those areas. Now, just scrolling down, you'll notice that there are a number of agents that are listed here. Unfortunately, Realty One has very little representation. And so as part of Realty One's growth initiative, they would love to get agents listed here, just like they are on Zillow and the other websites. Now, if you compare the number of agents that are listed here to the number of agents on Zillow, Zillow has 25 or so pages of agents. Here we've got about 70 agents. Now, the agents that are down here at the bottom that don't have check marks are one of two things. The first could be that they're in process of getting launched. The second could be that they messed up. And when I say they messed up, I mean that they didn't answer the phone often enough. And so that's a problem with Google. So oftentimes agents that go it alone on this program will find that in the beginning it works well, and then they'll find that suddenly they're not getting phone calls anymore, even though they've got a budget. And so what we do is we monitor response rate. We're going to reach out if we see an issue. If there is an issue, we're going to come up with a process to help you fix it. And God forbid anything happens to where you're demoted to the point that these guys are, we're going to help you. I'll give you a story. My brother-in-law is an agent in Miami for Keller Williams, unfortunately not Realty One Group. But he's been an agent for 16 years, has done very, very well, respectfully or comparatively. He signed on to this program back in January. There was only 3 agents listed in Google Screened. And so he was getting lots and lots of phone calls. He was getting listings that essentially fell in his lap. You know, some of the comments that the individuals would make were, "You're at the top of Google. I want you to list my property. You must be that good." And so he got multi-million-dollar contracts. Sold them pretty quickly, made a lot of money. In the first quarter, he made more than he made in the last 3 years combined. And so naturally he figured, well, I'm going to increase my budget and I'll get a lot more phone calls and make a lot more money. Unfortunately, when you're a busy agent, you're in showings and closings and you're busy. And so you're not always answering that phone. And so long story short, he got demoted. Phone stopped ringing. He called Google. He spoke to Google over in India for hours. Nothing happened. And then he reached out to me upset. And I said, you know, call the office. That's what you pay us for. You know, we're a concierge service. We'll take care of you. And so within a matter of 3 days, we got him listed again and got him back up to the top of Google. And now he's happy. And so, you know, I just want you to understand that the service that we're offering is, there's a lot to it. You know, we're a concierge service. We're going to get you listed very quickly. We're going to make sure that you stay listed, and we're going to do our best to make sure that Realty One Group agents and brokers are at the top as often as possible compared to the competitors that are out there. So we do a lot behind the scenes. There's a lot more that goes on behind the scenes than you would think with the Google Screened, as well as another component of the program that I'll get into here in a second. So when I scroll to the top, I'm just going to go back. Excuse me. Just going to go back to my initial search here. I want to show you another component that's very important for agents around the country. And so here's our agents at the top. Again, this is the Google Screen paid area. The minimum to show up here, as far as the number of leads that you need to pay Google to show up there round robin throughout the day, would be the amount of 3. So $27 times 3 in order for you to show up there throughout the week. If you have anything less, you just won't pop to the top of Google. So it's always advisable to have at least that much budget if you're not too busy to take the phone calls. And then typically what we would do is we would incrementally increase that as you get more and more familiar with how to work the leads, the quality of the leads, and have a process in place to make sure those phone calls get answered. Okay. Now, scrolling down, there's another part of Google that is extremely important for any business, any local business. This is powered by something called Google My Business. And some of you out there may have a Google My Business page. It may or may not be effective for you. But what we do as part of the service is we add on a Google My Business page for you. If you don't have one, we'll build one. We build it out completely. This is something that we've perfected for years. We've been doing Google My Business optimization for many, many years with many local businesses all around the country. And so what we do is we set up your page, we optimize it. And when I say we optimize it, we're optimizing it for things like keyword searches. So some keywords will trigger this. We can make more keywords trigger this by optimizing. Another key component of this is the ability to pick certain locations that make sure that you're optimized in. So for instance, if there's specific neighborhoods that you want to make sure, if there's someone searching for a seller's agent that you want to be found, we can pick and choose those neighborhoods and optimize those first. And then long term, we expand that radius out to about 20 miles so that you're getting more visibility. To give you an example of how this has been effective, we have a real estate agent, one of the Realty One Group agents, who had her own Google My Business page, and she would get 1 or 2 calls a month on average. And now she's getting between 5 and 6 a week. So what happens is, as we optimize this more and more, your listing will pop up in these top 3 spots. This is known as the Google Map Pack. So you will pop up into these top spots more consistently. Your phone will ring. You'll get free opportunities. So the key difference here is you're not paying on a per call basis. So here you're paying $27 per call. Down here, these calls are absolutely free. You're also going to get traffic to your website. And the conversion ratio on these is going to be every bit as good as the conversion rate on the paid leads up top here. So we do this as part of the service to give you leads on demand that you'll pay for, as well as free leads over time that you won't pay for. Now, another key differentiator between the top section and this section is the fact that you cannot turn this off. We cannot turn it down. So if you go on vacation or get busy, or you're on the beach drinking a pina colada, your phone may ring. Okay, so just keep that in mind. The key difference, though, is you're not paying for anything. You're not paying for these particular leads. Okay. The last component of what we do is we help you with your reputation, because when Google looks to put you at the top, there's more than just, do you answer the phone? The second is, do you get reviews? You don't need to have 500 reviews to show at the top of Google. You just need to get them consistently moving forward. And so we help you in that effort by, number one, producing a very simple link that you can send to your customers at closing. So while you're at the closing table, when everybody's celebrating the finish of the deal, you can simply send your customer this link, ask them if they'll please give you a review right now. The review will appear on Google. They'll have the 5 stars in front of them. They can click that, submit the review, and then within a few seconds, it'll appear both in your Google screened listing, and subsequently will appear here in your Google My Business listing. The second component, which is extremely important, more than you would think, is responding to reviews. So not only is Google looking at, do you get reviews consistently, but do you take time to thank your customer for posting the review, since they took the time out to post the review. And so what we do as the service is, you don't need to pay attention to that unless you'd like it. We have copywriters on staff that are assigned to Realty One Group that will write customized responses for each and every review that comes in. And we monitor this on a daily basis. And so each response needs to be customized. It can't be cookie cutter or canned. And like I said, we have copywriters that will be writing those on your behalf. And so lastly, if we need to backfill or add additional reviews over and above what we're getting on an ongoing basis, we also work to create customized campaigns to reach out to your customers under your brand, under your name, to generate reviews from customers that you may have sold, 3, 4, 5 months ago. And so all in all, we're looking to just get you more reviews and do that consistently. All of these things all combined are going to help you to obviously put more deals in your pipeline, help you to close more deals, and it's going to help Realty One Group to sort of get the brand out and the brand awareness out consistently across the country. Now, we've rolled this out in many markets, having really good success with agents. They're doing very well. And we're obviously looking to do the same in your office. I believe we have an agent or 2 already signed up at your location that are in process, but we're looking for a handful of other agents that are in the market for additional opportunities. As far as the pricing for this program, the way it works is this. you would always have that $27 lead component. You'll put your credit card on file with Google. Okay. And again, they'll incrementally pull that out every few days as you get valid leads. And then from our end, we charge a $2.99 one-time setup fee. And then we charge a $4.49 monthly management fee. And you get your first month free. So that $4.49 doesn't come for 30 days. After that, it's a month to month. So you're under no long-term contract with us. We work hard to make sure you're successful. Most of our clients stick with us for years. And so our goal obviously is to do good work, make sure that we're optimizing you as good as possible or as well as possible. But the communication needs to be there. So we need to make sure that we touch base with one another so that we understand how things are working in the field with you. And we'll also do the same for you as well. You will be paired up with a dedicated team for Realty One Group. You'll have a dedicated marketing specialist that will be your person that you reach out to if you have any questions. They'll also reach to you directly when they have any information or want to update you on progress. But behind them, there is a full team. So you literally will have 6 to 8 people working behind the scenes doing all of the different initiatives that need to be done on your account on a monthly basis. And that's pretty much the program. So, you know, at this point, if we have any questions, if anybody has any questions, I'm open to answer those questions. If there's anybody who would be interested in having a one-on-one call with me, that's possible as well. And I'll also give you contact information, my calendar, if you'd like to put a time on the calendar. But with that, I'll open it up to questions and I'll answer them as best I can. Anyone?
I think Leah is asking how much is the monthly after the 449, but I think you already replied to that one.
Yeah, it's $449 ongoing.
And then I think that's it. Like, but if anyone has questions, please ask now, or like we can provide you with Eric's contact information.
And I can drop that in the chat right now.
Yeah, you can put it on the chat so they can all have it.
1 second, let me so that's my direct line, access to my calendar. Typically I do 30-minute time slots, and then that is my email address. Just to let you know what the process looks like if you're looking to get on board and the time frames. On the day that you decide to move forward, we would charge the $2.99. 2 days later, we would have a 40 minute to an hour, typically it's about 40 minutes onboarding call. With that onboarding call, we would collect your information, your license, your insurance, and submit that to Google. And we do work with Google on an expedited process, meaning we'll get you approved much quicker than typical. Typically, it's taking about 1.5 weeks to 2 weeks. At that time, within 1.5 weeks to 2 weeks, you would start to receive phone calls. You'll get an email letting you know that you are live in Google on the screen portion. At the same time, we'll start working on your Google My Business and optimizing that. And then, like I said, 30 days later is when you would get that first charge. So you will be working opportunities prior to that first monthly fee with us. You have a good understanding of the program by that time, and we'll train you and support you every step of the way. So this is not a go it alone program. Any other questions? All right, it's a quiet group.
I know they're really quiet today, but please, if anyone have questions, I will put it on our Facebook group, and you guys can have Eric's information. And if by any reason you guys wanna, I don't know, maybe send me your questions, and I will contact you with Eric directly. I think that's it. I hope you all enjoyed the chat with Eric. I think it's a really good program. As I said before in the past to some of you that asked, how do you do advertising in Google? I don't have the capability to do it at the office. That's why we outsource it to people who know how to do it, like Eric.
Yes, and also I put a link in there with some testimonials, some other Realty One agents and brokers who are already on the program around the country. So you can take a look at that. Feel free to reach out to them. You know, they're loving it. Really, they're having good success with it. So one last thing before I leave, we were just approved. I just found out today that we've just been approved on a new website for Realty One agents and brokers. So we will be the agency that works on websites. So if you have a need, we are now approved to do that. Our websites are fully integrated with CRMs. They're customizable. We also do a custom launch, meaning initially we'll do all the customization. And so it takes it much, much further than the current websites that are available to you. Again, integrations with all different types of systems are a possibility as well at no additional cost. The cost on those is $99 setup and $149 a month. Just so everybody knows, if you have a need for a website, not so happy with the current website, we will take care of that for you and we'll get it done quickly. Okay, so I'll leave it at that. That's my last pitch, I promise.
Mhm.
But thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Navid and Maho, I appreciate you guys allowing me to come on and speak to the team today. And I'm here if anybody needs me. Feel free to reach out to me anytime.
Alrighty, well, thank you so much. And everyone else, as I said before, please shoot me your questions. And thank you for coming there.
Thank you. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
All right, bye. To my, okay, so now we're back to our normal meeting. So since you guys didn't want to share any of your listings, I think we're gonna wrap it up right here. I know Navy is more fun to hang out with. We're not as exciting, but I hope you guys had a good meeting. And
Actually, I have a couple of things I want to add.
Anila
quick
has
things.
things.
Okay, so ACFs, when you guys submit ACFs, there's some people who are submitting ACFs for new construction or referrals. There's two different forms, ACF and ACFLR. They're both on our website, rogfuturecenter.com. Please, for new construction referrals and leases, submit an ACFLR. And for regular transactions, please submit an ACF. And also sometimes we get multiple submissions for the same property because either the agents are forgetting they submitted it maybe a couple of weeks before, or they're trying to make changes and they're submitting a new ACF. Please try not to do that. The best way to fix an ACF is when you submit an ACF, you get a copy in your email. You get a PDF copy and you get like a summary of your submission. There is a link on there that says edit the submission. So please click on that if you need to make any changes, and we do get a copy of the edited version. And then sometimes when we get an edited ACF, it's hard for us to figure out what's been changed. We have to kind of go through it line by line. So it'd be really nice if you guys could leave on the notes below, just maybe say, okay, I'm not paying for home warranty anymore, or I added this, and it makes it easier for us to send a revised demand out to the escrow officer. Another thing, there was that, and then yeah, I think that's it about the ACFs. But one more thing about HomeLight. I know a few of you are starting to do HomeLight transactions, and I've had a lot of questions about them. The way we're doing this is because obviously our agents don't want to pay double the fees. We're still trying to figure it out how we're going to do it, but right now how we're doing it is we're using the same SkySlope file for the two set of documents. So the first part where your client is not involved and HomeLight is the buyer, you're going to upload all the documents. And I've had questions on whether the eventual buyer needs to sign the original documents from the seller, and I say yes. Either an acknowledgement of receipt of all the disclosures, but ideally if they can sign them, that's great. But at least we want them to have maybe like a cover sheet or something where they say, these documents dated this many pages, you received them, because when HomeLight isn't going to give that many disclosure. I don't know, Rich, I think you can add on this. Is HomeLight providing disclosures to the buyer once they become the seller?
No, because HomeLight is literally just doing a pass-through transaction. They're not,
Right.
They've never been in the property. They're not going to send anyone to inspect the property.
Mhm.
The only person associated with HomeLight that might be involved is an appraiser, and that's probably an outside source.
Right. So the best thing to do in that case, so you don't get in trouble as an agent, is because you're technically still the agent in file for both transactions, right? So the best thing is to do is the final buyer, who is your client, have them acknowledge all the disclosures and the reports, just like a normal file, have them sign or acknowledge everything, because we don't want them to come back and say that, oh, we weren't given any disclosures, because technically, you're representing still Homelight and the buyer. So I know it's a bit of a headache. I know your TC might charge you more, to do double the work, but I think that's the best thing to do. Right now, we're having you download both sets of disclosures into the same SkySlope file. But I know our compliance manager is complaining about that because it gets very confusing for her to differentiate between the two. But if we have you do another file, then there'll probably be an additional SkySlope file fee. So we're trying to avoid that. And just in case, another thing is people have asked me how the fees are going to work. So for the first portion, Homelight takes that back, they make the commission basically, right? So we're not charging you a file fee, but for the second part, when Homelight sells the home back to your client, there will be the regular ROG fee and things like that. So but you're not getting charged double, at least. That's a good news. But if you do decide that you need 2 separate files, there might be an additional file fee. It won't be the full fee, but maybe like the $200 SkySlope fee that we charge. And that's it. I don't know how, Rich, I think you're working on a transaction. Do you want to add any tips to people and how it's working out?
Yeah, so I'm doing my first Homelight transaction, which is supposed to wrap up at the end of the month. And my clients have been looking for a home for 10 months, 8, 9, 10 months, something like that. Decided to go with Homelight. I got them because it's now essentially a cash deal, which can close in 8 days. I ended up being able to find them a property probably within 2 or 3 weeks of them getting approved with Homelight. So Homelight charges, I believe it's a 1% of the purchase price fee for their service. But if you have clients who have a little bit of financial flexibility and are just seeing prices continuing to go up and struggling to get into a house, being able to make that cash offer is huge. My clients did it because they just, for 1%, they see prices continuing to go up more than that. So it was worth it to them. And if you guys have questions about that, or working with Homelight, just give me a call.
Right. And then did your client get the loan through Homelight too?
Yes, so if you do their service, you have to do, I believe it's a group thing. One is associated with the other. And my clients are pretty financially savvy and pretty much on top of rates and things like that. And they say Homelight's rates are very good, better than the pre-approval they previously had. So it's not, their rates are not abusive by any stretch of the imagination.
Right. And I know there are other companies that are doing something similar to Homelight, so the same rules will apply to those kind of transactions too, in terms of uploading the file and getting the disclosures signed and things like that. But yeah, anyone have any questions?
And Neela, thanks for all your help, first of all, with my transaction and, in the wee hours answering questions that I don't expect you to be up for. So great work on your part, and to the team, Maho. And I have a question for you regarding the splitting up of files. I know that, disclosures generally go out as like one single PDF, and when they come back, it's one single PDF. And yet when we upload to SkySlope, it wants to split all that up into individual files.
Right.
Is there an easy way to go about doing that, or?
There is. So I did it for you in your file. I don't do that for everyone, but
Right.
I did do that for you. So basically, when you go into the documents section in SkySlope, you'll see the big file that you uploaded, and there's a split option.
Yeah.
When you click that, it basically, you could just say, okay, page 1 to 2 is the agency disclosure, page 3 is the PRBS, If it's not on the checklist, you just put in the miscellaneous disclosures. And you can do that for the whole contract, like page 7 to 16 is the RPA. And then you have an option of split and assign. And because you chose the options from the drop down, make sure you're not just typing, make sure you're clicking one of the options that show up. And then when you do split and assign, it's automatically going to split and assign the documents to the correct items on the checklist. So when you go back to your checklist, you'll see that all the documents are already on the right items. I get a lot of questions about that. And, you know, I told one of our TCs about this and she was like, what? All this time I've been like splitting documents and this and that. And I was like, no, SkySlope does that for you. It's really quick and easy, and definitely use that feature. It's one of the best features on SkySlope.
Okay, I have to go in then. I saw the split
Yeah,
option,
feel
so I
free
have
to
to go
call
try
me
that.
you know, and I can guide you through it.
Okay, great. Yeah. So one question regarding like if you have a TC, do they actually go out and get all the signatures for you? Meaning it's actually seamless for the agent, or is it such that they merely give you a list of like, here's what you're missing and that kind of thing?
No, they do everything for you. They're going to send out the documents to your clients, get the signatures, make sure everything's complete and uploaded on SkySlope, assigned to the right item. If anything is missing, it's their job to make sure, you know, everything we require in the office is on there. You know, if you use one of our approved TCs, they should know, you know, which documents we require in the office. There's some ROG documents that, you know, we require in the file. So they will know everything.
Okay,
They'll do
great. Yeah.
everything for you, pretty much. What they won't do is write counter offers for you or send contracts for you. Once you get an accepted contract, that's when the TC comes in.
Okay. Would they also generate like certain disclosures that you might not already have in there?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
You know, depending, like, for example, if you need like, let me see, like a trust advisory or things like that, it might not be required in every document, but the TC should know, okay, the buyer is a trust in the name of trust, or the seller is, so we will need these forms. As trained transaction coordinators, they will know that.
Great.
And what they can do for you is maybe, depends on the TC. Some of them don't like to write addendums, but like sending like extensions, say you need an extension, you can call your TC, hey, can you send an extension of close of escrow for this date, and send it off to the clients to sign. Things like that they can do for you.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
No worries. Any other questions? Okay, then we shall wrap up. And Maho, I think that's it from you.
Yep. So thank you
Sounds-
so much, you guys, for coming. I hope we can host an actual monthly meeting at the office soon, but for the time being, thank you for joining us on this Zoom call. And if you guys have any questions about anything we talked today, please let us know. I will be posting the recording of this meeting on our Facebook group anytime this afternoon.
Okay. All right. Bye, everyone.
Have a great day. Bye.
Okay, bye.